Going on YouTube? It's your boy Fulan Speaks back. Another video, man. Alright, so the Indiana Fever, or let's put it this way, the Chicago Sky go down to Indiana Fever and suffer the first loss of the season. You know what I mean? But this first loss of the season comes in the form of what you call a good old-fashioned ass whipping. This is a good old-fashioned ass whipping to the Indiana Fever. You know, this is the reality of what happened. We're not gonna sugarcoat it. We're not gonna put it any old other way. We're not gonna change no narratives. We don't do all that phony fake stuff around here. We tell it like it is. That's our MO. Now listen, but there are whys and there are reasons why things happen. And we got to take it from the top. First of all, I'm going to let y'all know we're in the gutter right now. I'm driving through the city of Philadelphia, not no pretty parts. If you see that little bridge in the back, you know I'm in what's called Kensington. If you don't know what Kensington is, you need to go ahead and Google that. But I'm the type of guy, you know what I'm going to do? Even though I'm in Kensington, which many people will by consensus say is the worst place to be in this city, you know what I'm going to do for y'all because I love y'all so much? I'm going to pull over right in the middle of Kensington and we're going to talk about this game. We're going to do our recap right here. I'm going to pull out my stats and everything. But first, I got to find a place to park. You know what I mean? Trust me, all these people know me. So, hey, I ain't got nothing to worry about. Don't even matter. Goons, goblins, all types of stuff around here. You know what I mean? You got drug needles on a street, on a strip, all that. You know what I'm saying? But your boy don't worry about that because your boy is who he is. You know what I'm saying? I am Philadelphia. But listen, so we're going to pull this up, man. And I got a couple questions. And I got a couple comments about a number of people and a number of individuals involved. We're going to take it from the top, man. So, Tyler Marsh, right? The coach of the Chicago Sky is a complete question mark for me right now. This dude, when I see Tyler Marsh, is a question mark for me right now. From this point forward, I'm going to call him Webster, right? I don't know how old many of y'all is that listening here, but if you remember back in the 80s, there was this famous show called Webster. It was a little dude who, you know, had like a little issue with growing big. He was similar to Gary Coleman, you know what I mean? But if you look at Tyler Marsh, look a little bit like Webster. That's what he is right now. He's Webster. So Webster, to me right now, comes in as a guy that was hyped up as being this player development guy, player development coach. First thing I'm looking for is where's the proof of the player development? Before I get into the game, I'm going to get into the game. But this is the guy that's on trial for me right now, at the moment. Where's the player development? I'm looking at Camilo Cardoso. Camilo Cardoso, 6'7" player, 6'6", all of that, right? Got some good skills, but there's some development. What I'm looking for is there a different Camilo Cardoso from last year to now? Not really to me. Kind of looking like the same Camilo Cardoso, though I think I'm not giving up on her at all, but kind of looking the same to me. Kind of looking the same. One of the players we got to rely on. Another player that we very relying on that a lot of people are not talking about is the player at that 3 position last season. This was Michaela Onyenwere, right? Now, I'm okay with she ain't working out. And I believe that's true, she not working out. But what I'm disappointed in is if I have a coach that is a player development coach, why am I not seeing any player development? Why are players still coming with the same weak-ass spin move? Why are players confused about their ability to shoot shots? Because let's make no mistake, when we talk about Michaela, the main issue with her is that I think it's a confidence thing. So at least the worst I'm going to say is, at best, I have a coach that is not able to instill confidence in the players. So far it's week 1. I mean, it's game 1. We're not going to jump off a bridge yet, but my man is on trial. I'm not seeing player development with her at all. And I'm not going to put it all on him. Maybe she's not putting the work in. Maybe she's just not doing that. The second thing before I go deep into player development is I need to understand And I'm hoping when this man is in front of a microphone and they ask you them questions, my man, what is going to be the identity of your team? What is the team identity? Number 2, what do you want this team to look like? Is this going to be a team that's built around bigs? Is it going to be a team that scores primarily in the post? Is it going to be a team that's just a three-point shooting team? Is it going to be a team that's a defensive team? What is going to be the identity of this team? These are just questions I got right now. Just questions. I'm not assuming a whole lot, just some questions. Right now, I don't see either one. I see no defense. The defense today, what we talking about? 51, 58 points against the Indiana Fever. 58 points against the Indiana Fever, a team that last year had the worst defense. Now, before people come in here and say the defense is just some stellar lockdown defense right now, before we get into that, I'm going to mention to you the number of bunnies that were missed, the number of three-pointers that were missed, the number of three-pointers that were taken. You are playing against a team in the Indiana Fever that I would say you're bigger than, right? You actually are bigger than. The one advantage I would say is you got players that are bigger, that are girthier. Why are you shooting 27 three-pointers, nigga? Why are you shooting 27 three-pointers? This is what we're doing. Now listen, for y'all that like three-pointers and y'all think that's the way you should gotta play today's basketball and all that, cool. Tyler, if you want to be a three-point shooting team, then why did you go out and get players, none of which are over 40% from three? If you're going to go out there and shoot 27 three-pointers, that's what you want to do. I think it's retarded. But if that's what you want to do, why are you getting players? Why don't you have one player that you acquire and shoots over 40%? Right now you're relying on Kia Nurse, who I don't even have a problem with. I ain't blaming her. It ain't her fault. She just doing what she do. But she just is who she is. The Kia Nurse last year, she around 35, 36%. Never really shot 40 before. And if she did, maybe it happened once. Rebecca Allen still in the 30s, mid-30s, 35%, such and such. Why are you so bent on playing Rachel Banham? Rachel Banham, who at best, at times, if she gets hot, can make some threes for y'all. And I'm gonna get to y'all questions in a minute. I just gotta unload real quick. So Rachel Banham, who at best can get hot, shoot some threes. What else does she do for you? What does she provide on defense? What does she provide on playmaking? What does she provide on anything other than just that? And why is she getting all these minutes? I'm confused. I'm lost. And like I said, if you want a team that's a three-point shooting team, you should be grabbing players that are 40% or more, if that's what you want. If it's a situation where you couldn't get those players and you got what you got, then I'm saying a good coach is going to change your strategy and conform it to the talent that he has. These players you got at best are probably mid-range shooters. If so, let them shoot those shots they're comfortable with. Because this right here ain't working. And this is what I was telling everybody. We had that one game against that Brazilian team or whatever you want to call it. Kia Nurse was lighting them up. Becky Allen came in, lighting them up a little bit. Michaela hit a couple threes. It was looking all good, but this is what I said. This is what I said. I'm telling you right now, I'm not falling into the Kia Nurse thing, because what happens when you go up against a team that takes that away? What happens in a high-pressure situation where you really got to perform and then them threes ain't falling? A player like that is going to look like trash, and that's what she looked like tonight. Trash, garbage, can't give you anything, because her skill set don't match really what you're trying to do, the type of team you're trying to be. So I'm hoping at this point now that Tyler Marsh realizes he has to play a different way with this particular team. That's one thing. All right, the other things I gotta get into. Listen. Let's get into the tail of the game. The tail of the game. All right, we start out 17-22 first quarter. So first quarter, it ain't really out of control yet. 17-22, right? Chicago Sky actually lose every single quarter in this game though. Second quarter started to open up a little bit, right? Now, the problem that I'm seeing with this guy is I'm not understanding what the rotation is and why the rotation is what it is. There was a point in the game where it looks like he's trying to match, he's being reactionary to what Stephanie White is doing, as opposed to being the type of coach that's going to like impose his will. This is what concerned me. In other words, Caitlin Clark is basically taken out of the game at one time, right? Caitlin Clark is taken out of the game. And then Angel Reese is taken out of the game. He takes Angel Reese out at the same time. Soon as that happens, Stephanie White starts to feed Natasha Cloud, because Natasha Cloud was at that point matched up against players like Nurse, Michaela, players like, what was the other one she was matched up with? Players that really gave them the advantage. Bro, that's like, when you do that, you are now reacting to what Stephanie White is doing as opposed to opposing your will. This is the reality, bro. When you looking at your team and their team, you got to look at your advantages versus their advantages. Their advantages versus where you are at disadvantage, right? So you automatically, and I can see this. I'm a nigga, I don't coach, I don't do none of that. But one thing I can see is you have players that are bigger than their players generally and should dominate in the post. But we're going to talk about that in a little bit, because Aaliyah Boston looked like the big dog out there. I mean, as against our center, not against Angel. I ain't worried about Angel. And this ain't worried about Angel, right? Because she going to go get hers anyway, because she just that type of individual. She going to make it happen. Like, right? Camilla, listen, Camilla, we start the game off feeding Camilla. I believe it was just a nice little transition bucket to start it off. Vandersloot to her. I believe it was from Vandersloot. Bam, 2 points, boom. I'm thinking, all right, we about to cook with fish grease. After that, I don't remember us going back to Camilla at all. Immediately started going to these three-pointers. How you shoot more three-pointers than the Fever, though, man? The Fever shot 21 three-pointers. And the Fever, they the three-point shooting team. They the ones with Lexi Hall. They the ones with Caitlin Clark. They the ones with Kelsey Mitchell. They the ones with, all these three-point shooters. They shot 21. You got Bantam and Nurse and what, the players we got. And you shot more threes than them. What kind of sense do that make? He must have went into the game. I know what it was. I believe he went into the game believing, this game got to be one at the three-point line. And I've seen it before. I've seen dumb coaches do stuff like that. I'm not going to go so far as saying that Webster's a dummy. But tonight, Webster was tripping. Bro. Because I didn't understand these lineups, man. And for real, tomorrow I'm going to give a little bit more thorough breakdowns. Right now I'm just kind of pissed off, so I can't really have it all in front of me, who he had in with who. But all I know is when I was watching some of these matchups, I'm like, what is he doing? Why is Angel Reese only running 25 minutes in a game when their top player, Caitlin Clark, is what, 33 damn minutes? Caitlin Clark with 32 minutes. Angel Reese 25 minutes. Camilla Cardoso 22 minutes. Vandersloot, 30 minutes for Vandersloot. And listen, I like Sloot, but Sloot couldn't hit the backside of a barn tonight, bruh. Sloot couldn't hit the backside of a barn. I was under the impression that she was a little bit better shooter than that. Listen, I looked at her numbers. I saw she was mid-30s, 33%, something like that. She won around 40%, but I still believe, damn, it's Sloot wide open. She hit the shot and she wide open. I mean, God damn. You know what I mean? I don't know how many times Sloot was wide open, couldn't hit the shot. It's like, what are we doing? 0 for 3 for three-pointer, bro. You can't have that from Vandersloot. Ariel Atkins, listen, Ariel was 3 of 6. Those aren't a good ratio, but Ariel need to be shooting the ball 12 to 14 times a game, bro. We don't need you if you're not going to shoot the ball, Ariel. Ariel got to shoot the ball more than that. If she's shooting the ball 14 times and makes 7 points, we in a different game. I don't need Michaela shooting the ball 7 times and gonna miss nothing. Listen, I'm to the point I'm with y'all. Michaela can roll. I did believe in her at one time. I tried to, all that, and it was probably more wishful thinking on my part. My vision was this team needs a 3, somebody at the 3. I've really been saying that in my videos. A big portion of what's going to happen with this starting lineup is the development of Michaela. Michaela might not have it, man. She might be one of them players that just lacks the confidence when the lights is on her. I'm okay. I get it. But with that being said, I don't need her taking 7 shots and Ariel taking 6 shots. But then I'm looking at the minutes. Ariel Atkins runs 22 minutes. Why is Ariel Atkins running 22 minutes and Courtney Vandersloot running 30 minutes, bruh? What is this dude doing? What is this dude doing? And Ariel Atkins, dig this, is 2 of 2 from the 3-point line. If Ariel Atkins is 2 of 2, we need to be feeding her, right? I mean, that's what I'm thinking. I'm not no big basketball, I ain't no aficionado, right? I'm just a dude that been watching for years and years and years. But certain things just common sense. If Ariel Atkins is hitting 2 of 2, we should be feeding her. Why would she be getting less minutes? And I'm trying to remember back in the game, was it a foul trouble thing? What was it? What was it? Now, let's get to some of the other stuff. Listen, this right here is the biggest rivalry in the WNBA. And I'm not saying they're the best teams. We understand it should be, the the Aces and the New York Liberty, right? They're the teams that's rivaling for the championship, right? But as far as the fan base, this is where it is. And you know why? It's because of the intensity that goes into the game. The intensity. Every single time these teams is playing, somebody ready to rumble. Somebody ready to knock somebody over. It's about to go down. And me, I love all that. Like, I didn't even have a problem with Caitlin Clark with her little dirty pushing Angel Reese down. And I'm not even paying attention to none of these little CC clown fans and some of the other dudes who ain't really CC fans that's like just trying to like make money off of the situation and exploit the situation for their own means. I'm not even paying them a whole lot of mind. I love all that stuff. I love the fact CC did that. Yeah, go ahead. Show a little heart. I love the fact Angel jumped up, told the little girl, I'll smack the shit out you, or whatever she said. I'm with all that. I love it. I grew up with 80s ball. I remember Doc sucker punching Bird. I grew up with all that stuff. So that stuff don't mean nothing to me. In fact, I love it. It lets me know that this thing is real. And they, you know what I mean? And so I love all that. I love the drama. I love the way Kia Nurse pushed Hull. Right there, I actually like Nurse because she did that. You know what I mean? No, get with what's going on. But the problem was, I don't think the coach is with it. I don't think the coach is in line with what's going on. The coach, he don't seize the situation and seize the moment. When you got a situation like that, right, where your marquee player gets in some stuff like that, especially after she's the one that's fouled, and then she gets to the free throw line and shoot, you're supposed to capitalize on that situation, on that emotion, and allow that player to possibly change the tide of the game. That's what you're supposed to do. You got to understand the ebb and flows of a game. And you got to have emotional intelligence in the game. And this is where Tyler Marsh is showing he's a young coach. He's young. He's focusing on the wrong stuff, man. He might be an X and O dude that don't understand the ebb and flow and the momentum shifting. That was a possible momentum shifting moment in the game. And I don't think he got that yet. The one thing I will say, and a lot of people talk all that stuff about Witherspoon, and I didn't have a problem with Spoon. I get it. But a lot of people got a problem with Spoon as far as she ain't got the X's and O's and all that. She ain't making sure they executing here and this. Players ain't where they supposed to be all the time. All that stuff, right? But Spoon understood, like, no, this is real. This is a rivalry. This is like, she understood the fight that has to go on in the game, right? She understood the emotional impact of what's happening out there. And I'm just saying, Webster don't get that. Like I said, I ain't ready to throw him out yet. I ain't gonna throw him out yet, but I don't know. Let me get to some of these comments, man. I just been running my mouth. What's going on, man? What's going on, y'all? We got 93 in here, man. Hit the like button, y'all. It's 93, y'all. 15 likes. Come on, man. Hit the like button, bro. All right, so Miss Goody Two Shoes says Stat Patton Clark relies on Boston and Howard to win. Yeah, listen, man. Caitlin did her thing, but to me, it's the same old Caitlin. You know, I don't really see much. Now, I did see one mid-range shot that she did. It was still, you know, a little step back, boink, boink. It wasn't in a high-pressure situation and all that, so I ain't got nothing new to add to her resume. But she did her thing. She went out there, played point guard, 3 turnovers. That's it for Caitlin. 3 turnovers. That's great. That's superb. But she had a triple-double. All right, starting off the season, you're right. Listen, people that saying she gonna be MVP, listen, this is a good start for her because, you know, them MVP voters, that's all they gonna look at is box scores. They're gonna see a triple-double, and they're gonna be like, all right, hey, look, I can't even argue with it. It's up to the Chicago Sky to go out there and stop her ass. You feel me? She was using, they was just using the Boston screen. Like, Ariel Atkins was actually putting in some good defense on her, but they got to fight better. They got to do a better job fighting around the screens. You know, you might have blitzed them screens or whatever, but you just letting Caitlin Clark go around the screen and shoot her little 3, her little patented little 3 bullshit. That's the way she played. It looks unstoppable against the Chicago Sky, who just, I don't know, was off. I don't know if this is what we are or were we just off. I don't know if Indiana is that good or we just that bad. Personally, I think we that bad. When I look at what Indiana did, I mean, let's keep it for real. Let's keep it funky. Let's look at the things that tell you whether or not your team is good or not. Chicago Sky had 19 assists as a team. That's really not bad. I'm sorry. Chicago Sky had 17 assists as a team. That's really not bad. And Indiana had 19 assists. So it ain't like they out here just dumbing everything up. All the assists go to Caitlin Clark. It's still the same formula that a smart team is going to be able to neutralize. I'm telling you. Right? Caitlin gets 10 assists. The next most assists is shared between Bonner, Howard, Mitchell, and Brianna. All have 2. That's cool. 19 assists ain't bad, though. It's not bad. It's not a bad number. But Chicago had 17. Pretty close. Led by Van Sloot, who had 5. In the turnover battle, Indiana won the turnover battle. Like, it's hard to lose the turnover battle in Indiana. But if you go out there and do that, it's what happens. Chicago turned the ball over 17 damn times. You can't do it. You just can't do it to 10 times. That right there get you blown right out. But the main thing that killed Chicago Sky is going 22% from the 3-point line. Why are you shooting 27 damn threes? What up, Fulan? We saw her cooking today. Says Tulip plays. Yeah, you right, bro. Yeah. Pete Gorman says that white girl had a triple dub. Yeah, why she got to be that white girl though? You know what I mean? Why she got to be that white girl though? That's the only thing I don't get. What you think? I be hating on it because she a white girl or something? Hey, come on, man. Get a little deeper than that. Come with some new material, bro. They smashed those bum skies, says Michael Coughlin. Yeah, listen, I get it. All the CC fans, this is y'all day. Go crazy. You know what I mean? I'm a big boy. You know what I mean? I'm not really surprised the Fever won. You at home. You the favorite. You supposed to win. Now, I'm a little disappointed how bad this guy played, but I'm still not sure. Did they play this bad because the Fever is good, or did they play this bad because, you know, Chicago's this bad? I don't really know. I'm kind of inclined to believe that Chicago was just bad. I saw them missing a lot of open threes. It ain't like the Fever was necessarily locked down. Now, they did do a good job. Now, one thing I'll give Fever credit for, the interior defense was good. And that was mostly Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston surprised me today. Aaliyah really went out there, and her interior defense was very good. Courtside Junkie says, let's Lincoln do a live Fever game reaction during next game. I gotta check you out, bro. I'm not sure who you are. All right, Mellow D says they want, but I'll look you up, bro. He said they want Indy to win this fake rivalry with Chicago. They got to play this like against New York. No, it ain't no fake rivalry, but they want the Fever to win? Yeah, but it ain't no fake rivalry, bro. Like, the rivalry is determined by how many people come to watch it. The rivalry is determined by, like, what's happening right now. Like, the intensity I feel and the intensity that Fever fans feel. That is what it is. We can't control that. That's happening by what's called osmosis. That's just naturally happening. Like, you can't force that, right? It is a rivalry, even though it's kind of one-sided right now. Because Chicago got to get their head out their ass, right? That's what they got to do and build a real team. Daisy Henry says, geez, did you have to start with Camilla? Laugh out loud. I'm giving up on her. She needs a lot of help. And Michaela, too. You may have a point about her confidence. I didn't like the lineup most of the time. I'm not giving up on Camilla. I'm not giving up on Camilla. They don't go to Camilla enough for me to give up on it. They're not running, and when they do, they're not running the good stuff. They got to run better stuff. And, maybe tonight, maybe. Courtside Junkie says, Kalen balled out, fam. I'm ready to have that debate whenever I'm sure you would rather have a debate after this game. Come on, man. Okay, I know who you are now. You're the brother with the channel, right? So you want to have a debate after this? All right. What's up, my bro? What's going on, Jared? Fulan. Showtime with the sports come through, my boy. Yes, what's up, Showtime? That three-pointer before halftime was the dagger. Yeah. They smashed those bumps. Sky. Listen, this is y'all day, man. This is y'all day to talk crazy. You know, it don't bother me. I don't go off for the first game. First game is the most meaningless game of the year. I think HBL should be playing. Oh, yeah, HBL. That was the other thing I wanted to bring up. Why is this guy giving HBL this particular treatment right now? Now, listen. If what he's seeing in HBL is starting to get dark around here in Kensington, man. Y'all know about Kensington. Look Kensington up. Your boy's in the middle of that joint because your boy don't give a damn, bro. So anyway, why is HBL not getting? Why is he getting this? Why is she getting this particular treatment? Now I can see if you got somebody in front of her balling out. Salute. Like I said, I kind of get Salute getting minutes because the offense isn't really run well when Salute is out. I kind of get that, and he fears that a little bit. Okay, but if you're going to do that, you're going to put her out. What's up with all this Bantam minutes? That's the part I'm not getting. Right? Oh. What's up with all these Bantam minutes, bro? What's up with all the Bantam minutes? Bantam, 19 minutes for Rachel Bantam. My thing is, okay, you ain't winning this game yet anyway. Why not get Haley Van Lith some looks? Why not give her some minutes to see what she look like? She can actually produce some damn points. It's a player that can actually score. You scored 58 points in a professional game against a team that is not no defensive juggernaut team. You out there missing open threes. I think Van Lith can hit an open three-pointer. I think she could do that. Don't you? Like, I mean, what the hell? Miss Goody Two shows the stat pad and Clark rely. Listen, I'm not gonna go in Caitlin. I'm not gonna go in on Caitlin Clark tonight. I'm not gonna do that. Clark was just Clark. There's gonna be plenty of times, opportunities to go in on her. Those opportunities are gonna come. I ain't even worried about that. Chicago Cheetah says this was an absolutely horrible performance. My problem is the Chicago taking all the threes. Me too, bro. We right there together. Chi-Town Slows, says Michael Coughlin. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but yeah. Tulip plays, Chicago Cheetah. You still think Sky contenders? Look at it. Look at it. Ain't gonna talk all that now. Now they're not contenders now, right? See, I'm not going that far. This coach is horrible. Indiana kept Boston in the whole game. Yes, the coach was horrible tonight. And if Webster keeps it up, then yeah, then he will be horrible. Jared Thomas, what's up, bro? He says, oh, he's speaking to Courtside Junkie. Miss Goody Two Shoes, they don't care about Leah Boston who won the game for them. Well, Leah's never going to get that's the thing about playing with Caitlin Clark. You're never going to get the credit. Doesn't matter. It's always going to be Caitlin Clark is the reason. Daisy Henry says, because they don't care about interior defense. They don't care about the fact you got stops. They don't care about none of that stuff. They just care about Caitlin Clark's box score. And if she gets a triple-double, oh, Lord, she MVP. And this confirms everything to them that they want to say. That's cool. They got it tonight. They're lucky they got to play Chicago Sky, and they had to play New York. But those games are coming. The New York games, the Aces, them games is coming, right? So I ain't even worried about it. Roy Wall says, when you miss 67% of your shots, you earn only playing the minutes you get. Might as well rest Angel for the rest than for the next RS whooping. Okay. Let's see. Courtside Junkie. I know a lot of y'all are arguing with each other, which is cool. Boston and Howard are the heroes of the game, but they'll hype that stat pad and Clark. This Goody Two Shoes be going hard. Camilla burning into Talani and Tierra. Can't teach hard and motor. Said, I don't know about that. I was saying that about Camilla yet, man. I think you got to get Camilla the ball. Camilla Cardosa had 9 attempts. I mean, I guess that's not the worst, but to me, looking at throughout the game, she didn't get enough touches. 22 points. Like I said, this is why really Angel Reese, you don't have to make Angel Reese the main option. Because Angel Reese is going to go ahead and get her 12, get her 17 boards, her 10 defense. She's going to do that regardless. Angel, man. Angel's a dog. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Pete Gorman said Chicago not making the playoffs. Yeah, I know. I had the one game. I know, bro. Chicago ain't rivals at all. Let's be real. They trade. Yeah, they are rivals. If they weren't rivals, they wouldn't be getting all the ratings they getting. That's what the rivalry is dependent on. All that other stuff y'all talking about means nothing. What matters is the amount of money that's produced when these two teams play together. That's what makes it a rivalry. All that other stuff is just your opinion. But the reality is the reality. The ratings is what determines that. Did you feel the tension? Do you feel the tension when these two teams play each other? Like, it amazes me when people act like it's not a rivalry. Do you feel the tension when these two teams play each other? If you ask the average Fever fan, what team they hate the most? Who do you think they're going to say? And if you ask the average Chicago Sky fan, which team do you hate the most? That's how you know it's a rivalry. All that other stuff is just your opinion on who's better, who not, who should be rival, who should, this and that. People want to make a rivalry between what ain't a rivalry is stuff like the Chicago Sky versus Minnesota Lynx, just because there was a little something between Angel and Fee and they play the same position. That's not a rivalry. The Minnesota Lynx are way over there somewhere else. They're way more developed in their program than the Chicago Sky, right? And even Nafisa Collier is, in MVP conversations and stuff like that, right? No, these are two teams that are based on two players that are from the same draft class, right? That's why it is a rivalry. Even if the Fever look like they're so far ahead today, it's cool. We're going to revisit this conversation again. There's going to be 4 more games. It's going to be 4 more games, man. I'm not tripping off of that. And you're at home. I'm not tripping off of that. You got a damn coach that, that's the only question. That's the only thing that got me scared right now is Marsh. He got me a little scared. How get to know Natasha in Boston was clamping in the paint. Yeah, Natasha in Boston. That interior defense was very key. The interior defense. He says, man, if the Sky don't get straight, Link's going to bury us next time. Yeah, you might be right about that. Tyler Marsh got to get that. He got to get that rotation right, bro. That's really what he got to do. That's the main thing. I don't understand why not play HVL. Why not? That's what I don't get. Angry Fan came in here. Where Angry Fan? Where you at, Angry Fan? I don't even see your damn comment, bruh. Angry Fan coming in talking crazy. Oh, you the one talking that they ain't rivals? Yeah, go ahead and support Angry Fan, man. He one of them, he like to talk that that rap, battle rap. He like to do battle rap, I think. But he got a good little channel, man. Go ahead and support the brother, man. He coming here talking a lot of shit, though. CeCe's basically an ATM machine for her teammates. She generates easy layups for her teammates for 40 wins. CeCe is insanely good. Okay, I know. We're going to see, though, when they play teams that play a different defense on her. We'll see. It looked real good against the damn Chicago Sky, though. I'll give you that with slow-ass Bantam and slow-ass Nurse and all them out there. They look real good. Daisy Henry says, Fulan, I agree with everything you were saying. I felt the same about Michaela, but she hasn't improved, and I'm not sure Will. Sad about that. Yeah, I am too. Indiana Fever rebuilt too. Indiana Fever aren't rebuilt like the Chicago Sky is. That's not true. And they added players that are like all-stars. That's different from adding the players like Chicago added one all-star. The Indiana Fever, damn near everybody added was all-stars except for Cunningham. And Cunningham is still a little bit of a high-end player. She was at least a starter where she was. Kia Nurse is coming off the bench where she was. Rebecca Allen, I believe, is coming off the bench where she was. So that's not true, Angry Fan. It's not. What you said is misleading. Michael Coughlin says, Jamie Foxx, the Fever put belt to ours. Jamie Foxx? Who the fuck you talking to? Yeah, do that again, your ass out of here. I ain't the one for that dumb stuff. Rico, Angry Fan. What's your point? You saying Indiana is rebuilding? What the fuck are you talking about? I don't know. They talking to each other right there. I never seen a grown man break down a WNBA game like this. Why are you watching this? Let me see what this punk ass dude. Get your punk ass out of here. I ain't time for that stuff, bro. See, I'll give you that. Spoon wasn't no pushover. Absolutely. Spoon had more emotional intelligence as a coach than like than some of these other people. The WNBA literally dismantled 2 to 3 teams to stack Indiana. Anything less than a championship is unacceptable. There's another dude in here named Jamie Foxx. Okay. My bad, whatever your name is. I thought you was calling me Jamie Foxx. My bad. But I think I put him on timeout anyway. My bad. I ain't mean to do that. Let me see. Same old Caitlin. We used to triple doubles. Now from her. I think it's about her second or third, bro. Ain't no use to anything. Yeah, all the Caitlin Glazers in here tonight. But I get it, man. Y'all get the glaze all you want tonight. I'm not even mad at you. Chicago went out there and made Chicago Sky fans look real bad. Do your thing. You know why? Because I know the reverse is going to happen. I already know it's going to be plenty of days when I'm going to talk my issue. And trust me, I'm going to be better at it than y'all. Fam, set the debate up because y'all will debate. We ain't debating right now. Why would I debate right after the game when y'all won? What are you going to say? Oh, they won the game. You know what I mean? Debate what? I agree. There's nothing to debate. The Fever is better than this guy right now. What you trying to debate? Is Caitlin Clark Agent Wilson? What's the debate? There's nothing to debate because Fever and Sky. The Fever won by 93 to 58. There's nothing to debate. If Reese don't stop falling 5 to 10 times a game, her wrist won't hold up over the course of the season. Was that supposed to be funny? Jeff P. trashed his man set up for optics, not winning. Yeah, I understand. All the issues talking preseason, but what do you have to say now? I have to say that the Fever won today. That's what I have to say about that. Like, I love when people like after a win, what you got to say now, who? Right, all right, y'all won the game. You me? Clark is going to be 10 plus assists every game once they get used to playing with her. So what? I don't care. You know what I mean? Does that mean they're going to win the championship? She's going to be 10 plus assists. All right. I don't care about that. What that mean? At Dalcio, I counted 6 missed layups from beautiful CC Downs. Yeah. Did you count CC's missed layups? How about the layups CC missed? Did you count those? You count the missed layups from her dimes. 22% from any line. They couldn't hit the broadside of a bar. Exactly. Chicago Cheetah says the Chicago Sky will be fine. They need to improve their free throw percentage, and they need to cut down on turnovers by a lot. That's part of what they need to do. And they need to stop. They need to take smarter shots. Jessica Y says they got rid of Kennedy and Spoon because they were a real threat and filled the team with subpar players. Hey. Boondoogle says, you guys are exaggerating CC's so-called dimes. She did her job. That's it. Yeah. Look, CC made some nice passes. You know what I mean? Some nice passes. Says, Jared says, Fulan, the Sky kept jacking up threes, and Reese missed a lot of layups. Love her, but gotta be honest. She has to make her layups. Yeah, of course. But I think Angel Reese, with all the layups Angel Reese had, with all of whatever, she still was the best player on this team, on the floor for the Chicago Sky. She got some damn help. You'd had a better chance. And also, if she'd got more minutes. Like, why would he take her out in the heat of the moment when she was going at it with Clark? That's silly. That's silly. That's the time to see if Angel Reese can impose her will in the game. You know, 17 rebounds, you the baddest mofo out there. Like, you understand how basketball works? If you got 17 boards, you are the baddest mofo out there. You give that person more minutes. I mean, but, you know, I don't know. I don't know if Marsh is that kind of coach. So, did you feel electricity at Gamebridge? This ain't some old guard forgettable WNBA Detroit shock bull-ish. Yeah, I don't really know what you're talking about, bro. Jessica Watts says, Michaela should have been benched. It wasn't her day. Yeah, Michaela's not going to make it if she just keeps putting in these types of performances. Like, these are the games where you got to perform, you know. They are. It says, why didn't Haley start? Well, Haley's not a starter, but my thing is she ain't even play. Van Lift plays, you know, Haley plays 4 minutes. For what? And what I'm hoping he looks and says, there's no reason. I see no reason whatsoever to play Bantam over Van Lift. Personally, not one reason. Unless it's just some contract thing. And that's what you're doing. I can't support that. I'm not here for that shit. I'm here for wins. I'm here for competitive basketball. I'm here for the best player playing. I'm not here for, you know, this is the contract, obligations. These players got to get a certain amount of minutes, part of the contract. I don't care about none of that shit. Just let me know right now so I can know not to watch. Because I don't have time for that. Yep. And Maddie, she should start getting some of Michaela's minutes. Because Michaela ain't playing no 3 anyway. She's playing backup 4. So I'm almost ready to see what Michaela looks like at backup 3. And then just put Maddie in more. I want to see what she can do. Now I'm just curious to see what we got. Industry again says CC showed what a coward she was, running away when she saw Angel was coming for her. I mean, I don't know if that's really a coward more than it's being smart. I don't think it would be good for CC to try to fight. Her and Angel got into a fight. See, Camilla was trash when she got it. She's 3 of 9. Okay, I guess that's fair, you know. But sometimes you got to get her the ball in better situations, man. You still got to feed her. Man. I mean, what do you want to do? Trade Camilla, bro? You want to just get rid of her? That's what you want? Or we going to just keep doing that, man? Sky got to understand when you walk in the building, you're already down 30. You got to read the room. What do you mean? Jamie Foxx says, Reese the only dog on the team. She was today, man. She was today, boy. I think Haley got a little dog in it too, though, man. Because even Haley was in there. And I saw her score on, who did she score on? I think she might have scored on Kelsey Mitchell, one of them. And she was like, and one! She was down like 30 points. But Van Haley was like, Edward! I'm like, all right, yo, put her the fuck in there. Those are the type of people I want to see in the game, bro. I'm sorry. That's who I want to see in. You know what I mean? I want to see people that don't know no better. They just got a little couple screws loose. You know what I mean? That's in the heat of the fight. It seems like Van Lift had more passion for what's going on than a lot of these players, man. The kid nurse, I'm actually give her a couple minutes because I like the way she pushed Hull. That one time when Hull scored on her and the kid nurse just pushed her. That's type of shit I like. I'm sorry for some of y'all that are leaving because I'm cussing a little bit, man. I'm not cussing out of anger. I'm cussing out of just, you know what I mean? Y'all soft as hell, man. But anyway, only one of the team has ratings. I think the Fever Arena got the Sky players too nervous to play. I mean, there's always some of that, but I don't know. I hope that ain't it. Because players like Vandersloot shouldn't be affected by that. Vandersloot got way too much experience to be affected by, the arena. So I will hope that ain't the case. Say Angel can't be the only one playing. Listen, man, I want to see more Van Lift. I like Van Lift's fire. She reminds me of Kelsey Plum. She's like a little engine that could. I like little engine that could type of players. I'm more into the fire on the inside than the shell on the outside. That's why I want to see her in there, man. I want players that get mad. You know what I mean? And I don't even care if you get personal fouls, man. Just show me some spirit. Show me some life. That's all. Angel needs help. Bad coaching. I agree with all that. With Angel not in the paint with Camilla, it leaves a ton of rebounds up for grabs. Facts. Facts. That's why I would just throw Maddie in there a little bit. I want to see these rookies get more time than these little trash vets. Because why not, bro? Wody Mack. Oh, boy, what's Modi going to say? It is said CC can't play defense, but she doing something right so far for getting 4 blocks. Make it out of here. Oh, man. Come on, Wody. Stop it, bro. So CC should be on all defensive team because you got 4 blocks today. Good game, CC. That's like if Angel Reese shoots. Like this is how that works, Modi. If Angel Reese goes out there and say makes 3 3-pointers, right? Let's say she has a game because she made 1 of 2 today. Let's say she makes 3 3-pointers in a game. Is Angel Reese now a 3-point shooter, Wody? You understand what I'm saying? So if Caitlin does a little defensive thing in a game, that doesn't mean she's a defensive player, Wody. Doesn't mean she's good at defense, Wody. Right? You are what you do consistently. You're not what you do every once in a while, here and there. I think you know that, bro. They didn't need to double Caitlin. I agree. Caitlin, I mean, listen, they did a good job of setting screens for Caitlin to run around and shoot her little 3-pointers. And that's what they did. Talk about how the Liberty going 44-0 on the season. That's the real talk. Yeah, Liberty look good, man. Liberty look good. I had the Aces winning that. I don't know why. Liberty at home. Liberty look like they're in mid-season form, bro. That's the fact. Brian Stevenson, didn't you just say this week how the Fever were never going to blow anyone out? Talking out your ass. So I'm talking out my ass. Okay. Yeah, you're right. They damn sure blew Chicago out. Let me see. You wouldn't have that energy if the Sky had won. I don't know who you're talking to, but what energy? What energy would I have? Right, if the Sky won, I'd be talking shit to y'all. Right? Like, of course, I don't get your point. 99 Problem says, Reese constantly hitting the floor should be a real concern for the Sky. If her wrist keeps getting injured, I mean. Okay, yeah. Okay. I don't really pay that much attention to it. They won because they... come on, I ain't got time for that. You okay, Fulan, says Dilbert. Why wouldn't I be okay? I'm going to sleep like a baby tonight, bro. I'm going to have my air conditioner up. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have my feet back, bro. Eat me a nice little lamb dinner. And I'm going to sleep like a baby. All right, so Jared Thomas says, Fulan, why did that girl HVL glued to the bench? I don't understand. Like, you got Bantam in there looking like somebody aunt. Like, you might as well play Haley. I don't see why not. What are you losing? It was criminal what they did to HVL, exactly. Bantam is a whale. Gilbert, you try to be funny. That was actually funny. She was cooking in those 4 minutes. Haley got heart, man. Like, that's what I'm into. I'm in the heart. That's what I'm into, man. Jared Thomas, flag. Caitlin Clark got to stop with those low-key dirty plays. She had the last-minute shove Reese and stared her down on the ground. It was on purpose. Yeah, but I like that kind of shit. I don't mind Caitlin doing that. What I don't like is them trying to paint a picture of her being an angel, though. That's all. I don't mind if Caitlin do dirty stuff. I already know she do. But what I don't like is them painting her something other than that. Right? She feisty. She do little shit. She get her little shit in. All right. Then that's what it is. Don't just, on the other hand, act like if she get a hard foul, that's somebody trying to hurt her. That's the bullshit I don't like. That's when I lose respect for dudes, when they start talking that dumb stuff. Dilbert, she definitely needs to get in shape. I guess you're talking about Bantam. Yeah, Bantam is horrible, bro. Horrible. Look like somebody aunt. I thought Haley was sick. I don't know, man. Haley got that little point. She's like, and one! I want to see more of that, man. I like them type players, man. Ace OGTM says, I saw 6 minutes in the first half when the Sky played their bench against the Fever starters. Yeah, man. I don't know what Marsh was doing, bruh. I don't know what he doing. I agree with that. Dilbert says she should have been fined for shoving to camp fat. For showing too much fat. Come on, man. You tripping, Dilbert. Ben Ham laugh out loud. Wody Mac on all platforms says, it was smart. Let Angel get the tech like Draymond. Huh? What are you talking about? Dilbert, I agree. I like all that feisty stuff though. Like, I'm different. You're not gonna get me to sit here and complain about no hard fouls unless it's something that I think you're really trying to hurt somebody. But I haven't seen anything like that, so that's the only stuff I don't like. You know what I mean? When you're really trying to hurt somebody, like get somebody injured. But like a hard foul, emotional part of the game or whatever, hey, whatever. I ain't got no problems with that. Angel Reese scored in the fourth quarter when it means the most. Jared Thomas says, Fulan, there was some stat padding by Clark too. Will our fans admit it? And last year, our fans, of course Clark stat pads, of course. But like I said, I don't care about stat padding, personally. My thing is, if you don't like a person stat padding, then stop their ass, right? If it bothers Chicago that Caitlin's trying to get an extra rebound, make sure she don't get none. That's all. Like, I never care about that. Like, I don't care about running the score up in football. I don't care about running the score up in basketball. I don't care about none of that stuff, right? Sure, but yeah, of course Clark stat pads. Yeah, of course. Like, they admitted it. She was out the game, and then the damn officials talked about, oh, she wanted to get a rebound and get a triple-double. All right, so they put her back in. I don't have a problem with it. Like, but if Chicago don't want her to stop it, box her little ass out. That's all. Stat pad don't bother me. Like, even when they say Angel Reese stat pads, I don't care about that. Who cares? It's stupid. It's a stupid point. The point is she still got those stats. Right? AL504, I'm not even going to read that dumb shit. Let me see. Gilbert says, should have traded Doso for the fourth pick. Kiki, better fit. Kiki instead of if they'll take Camilla for Kiki Ariafin, I'd do that just so I can look at Kiki every day. If nothing else. Sorry, let me stop. All right, so 99 problems. How smart was the CC foul? Marsh set her down for how long? Marsh missed the ball and all that stuff, man. He couldn't read the room. He couldn't read the room, what was going on. That's when you let Angel Reese play, because you want her to play with that anger. You don't want to sit her then. You want her to play with that anger. Unless you think she's going to go over there and punch Caitlin in the face or something like that. We know she ain't going to do that. Yeah, I mean, Let me see. Art, it's only game one. Enough respect. Facts. I agree with that. It's just right now, we got to talk about it. And then tomorrow, we be back to normal. You know what I mean? We're going to forget this game. Another 3-4 games, this game will be forgotten about. But right now, that's what we're talking about. Miss Goody Two Shoes says, now when people start hard fouling CC again, it will be okay, right? Oh, no, of course not. Of course not. Those fans are the worst fans in the world. Angel was not nervous. Yeah, I agree. See, I definitely look like a team that can dig out of a hole. That, you mean can't dig out of a hole? Yeah, that's what he look like tonight. I ain't giving this guy no praise tonight. See, I like HBL, thick shell. HBL do got a little thickness in a couple little areas. Let me chill. All right, so Marsh definitely looks like a tall Webster. Yeah, he definitely looks like Webster. That's what I said. That's his name right now. Marsh is Webster. Once he showed me he can coach, then I'll stop calling him Webster. Miss Goody Two Shoes says, the refs are not going to let anybody get away with fouling CC, especially when they play in Indiana. That's true, but foul her anyway. Foul her ass anyway. You know what I mean? Because what you could do is get CC out of her game. That's one thing about her. She's not the mentally strongest player, right? CC will get out of her game. CC MVP, Boston MIP. CC MVP, okay. Right now, I don't know. Kelsey Plum boy dropped 37 on them people. You know what I'm saying? Now they might have won a triple double over that. I don't know. But Angel Wilson had a hell of a game. Kelsey Plum went dumb. Whatchamacallit? Fee went crazy. You know what I mean? In New York, I'm not sure who went crazy. Who did the best for New York? But right now, yeah, they probably up and running for the MVP. MVP don't impress me. This is nothing but a numbers game. It don't impress me like that personally, but you know. Let me see. Chicago should pick up DJ Kelly. I would. Because they need a 3. Chicago needs a 3. Kia Nurse it's not going to work at the 3. You need someone that's long. You need someone that's taller, someone that can score. Chicago needs to pick up a 3. But it's not going to work, you know. I said this a week ago. Chicago have 4 more games in the series to get mud puddled by Fever. Dig the Fever like that? Okay. I still got Chicago winning at least 2 of the games. Still do. I ain't moved by this game at all. Ace, I can handle a loss, but to get punked like that is frustrating. I don't think we got punked. It just couldn't hit a ball. Just couldn't hit a shot, man. I'm missing too many bunnies, turning the damn ball over, you know, stuff like that. It isn't like, see, punked is when you just out-rebounded and stuff like that. And you got to look. You know, we out-rebounded about 4 rebounds. You know, getting punked is when you out-rebounded all crazy, when you can't get no loose balls, you know, all that kind of stuff. Chicago, Scott just couldn't hit a damn shot. Now, we did get blocked a lot. That's for sure. Trade Bantam for Big Mac and sign DJ. Yeah, Bantam can go for a just a nice little bag of Lay's potato chips. Yep. Boston was Rookie of the Year and an All-Star twice. She's always been this good. Boston don't always come through like this. I know what you mean about Boston. Boston ain't somebody I don't know about. But what I'm saying is, what we seen of Boston lately, like in the preseason and Unrivaled, I ain't see this happening. Boston, did you see Boston in that dress? She looking nice and slim. She looking, you know what I mean? Boston looking a little different. So if you get this Boston, Fever are kind of scary. I can't even hold you. If you get this Boston, if Boston dominates, it's going to be scary hours if Boston dominates. But we'll see how she looks against other teams. The sky is not the biggest measuring test to tell where you at. When they go up against them real contenders, that's when we going to know. I still right now got the Fever as 5th to 8th best. They still not up the top 4 for me. Like beating Chicago, that ain't telling me nothing. Especially at home and all of that. Yeah, whatever. Wody Mack on all platforms says, oh, you talking to Henry T. Nobody said AI is a great defender, but they bring up the 2 years he led in steals, so he bring it up. Y'all having your own conversation. All right. The Sky misses Carter, and if she was still with the team, she wouldn't let that go down. I mean, it's easy to say that tonight that they missed Carter, but we'll see. I'm not ready to go there yet. I need to see Ariel Atkins be more assertive. It's very important, man, that they go out there and make sure Ariel Atkins is very assertive. Because Ariel Atkins wasn't bad by any means. It's just not enough assertiveness, right? She was 50% from the floor. She 3 of 6. She had both her 3-pointers. They should have been feeding Ariel Atkins more. When you see that, that's the player you go to. What I would say about Ariel Atkins versus Kennedy Carter, Kennedy Carter would have been more aggressive. She would have taken more shots. That's probably the difference. The Sky misses Carter, and if she was still with team, she wouldn't let that go down. Here comes Flycast, this hating by a joker. Didn't CC have a triple-double against New York last year? Nigga, I don't care about last year. All right, so anyway. What's your thoughts on the fans calling Angel a monkey during the game? Anyway, let me see, Jared Thomas. I mean that's what racist, that's what racist white motherfuckers do. They do shit like that. That's why when I was a young boy, when I used to live in New Jersey, I used to go around looking for skinheads, and I used to put hands on them. That's what I used to do. The bald-headed skinheads who used to listen to heavy metal, I used to put hands on them. We used to go around looking for them. That's my history. So that means nothing to me. So anyway, 99 problems. Fulan, I can appreciate your 100 realness. Yeah, right. AL504. It was way more than one person doing that. Yeah. Felicia Daniels says Tyler should let Angel stay in the game after that altercation. Angel turns all the way up when stuff like that happens. Exactly. But he'll learn. If he plans or if he hopes to be the coach here, he'll learn. You got to be also emotionally intelligent as a coach. It ain't about X's and O's only. It ain't about only X's and O's. You got to understand how to feel the ebb and flow of a game. How to feel that it's getting dark as y'all see around here. I'm dark up in Kensington. Yeah. Look at Jared talking about Dilbert's right. HBL thick AF. Come on, Jared. Keep your mind on basketball, brother. You know what I mean? Talking about HBL thick. Well, I tell you, man, you guys gotta get y'all minds out the gutter. Wody Max says, I want to see Dominique Malunga playing right now. The Mystics look like they got the best rookies out the draft. And maybe Pow when she get more comfortable on the court, but Pow. Oh yeah, man, Mystics is doing the thing, man. But the Mystics letting their rookies play? I don't even know if HBL might be balling out. We got a coach that ain't even letting her play, man. You feel me? She ain't look scared to me. She look locked in. Just let that little firecracker go. I ain't understand it. Jared is a New York fan. You ain't gonna tell me nothing different. Let me see. Felicia Daniels says, did you see when Angel came back in the game and Angel got the ball down by the basket and it was just her and CC? CC didn't try and block any because she looked around and saw it was just her and Angel. Oh yeah, of course. But that was smart for CC because they up by 100. It's like, just let Angel Reese go ahead and score that. Angel was mad. CC deep down knew she was wrong for that little extra push during the shove. But like I said, I liked all that stuff. So Miss Goody Two-Shoe says, Kelsey Plum scored 37, Fee 34, Angel 31. She's nowhere near MVP. But Miss Goody Two-Shoe, she did have a triple-double. And those cornball judges, they might rank that above everything. This is what they do these days. But when it comes to just scoring, I think Kelsey Plum got a chance to go crazy this year in this particular offense. Because remember, with the Aces, there was kind of like little chains on her. Now, if Kelsey Plum got a green light, Kelsey Plum could easily, I think, average about 25. Be honest with you. He said, she ain't dumb. She knew no one was down there to let her to help her. She let Angel score. Hey, y'all crazy. Y'all crazy, man. Natasha Cloud had a hell of a game. Natasha Cloud had a hell of a game. I'm going to review the New York Liberty game, but I'm not going to do it on the live. I'm just going to do it on official, I want to make a video for that. Wody Mac on all platforms. Miss Goody Two Shoes. Oh, you were talking to her. Okay. Dexter Fuqua says Caitlin Clark a thug. That's funny. Oh, man. See, I don't mind Caitlin Clark is a thug. Like, I don't mind thug players, man. That stuff don't bother me, bro. It don't. It's just don't call it something other than what it is. That's what I don't like. Angel will give it this year and next year. If shit don't change after 26, she's out. Send Bantam to the Hostess Twinkie Factory. Hostess Twinkie Factory. Oh, man. Come on, man. Y'all got jokes tonight, man. Send Bantam ass to the Hostess Twinkie Factory. We say Angel's going to roll. Let's hope not, man. I like Angel in Chicago, but Marsh got to be a little smarter, man. Marsh got to be smarter. I'm over here in Kensington, boy, the roughest part of the city. I'm a Chicago native, but I'll keep it a buck. Camilla Cardoso need to work on that footwork and her post moves down there. She was looking soft today, too. I hear you, but Camilla got that in her package, man. Like, if you go back to looking at her at SC, Camilla does have good footwork. I don't know why she's not, like, going more into her bag. She is kind of, like, more dependent on just the, putting it up off of the glass type of thing. Camilla does have more in her bag. I think she needs to get more touches, man, so that she gets more comfortable with going into her bag, and then you got to also have three-point shooters that's going to make these shots, man, for her to get the spacing that's necessary for her to put in good work. When you got, Vandersloot clanging shit off the side of her back, the thing, clang, 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 clang. When you got freaking Bantam making them every once in a while, you got Nurse clanging shit, when you got Rebecca Allen missing, you got all that going on, Camilla don't really have a room that she need to work. It's just basic stuff like that. They can just collapse in on her. They can swipe for the ball. They get to do all that stuff because the three-point shooters have to work in conjunction with the post players. If one ain't working, the other one ain't gonna work as well. It's just that's part of the problem. At least that's what I saw today. There was a lot of situations where Camilla's getting the ball in the post, but they can collapse on her because the shooters ain't making no shots, bro. Even Dante slimming down. I saw her running full speed like a train. Yeah, Stephanie White got them, man. They got the fever ready to go. They have a lot of expectations. But we're going to see, man. We're going to see when that schedule get a little thicker. We're going to see. Miss Goody Two Shoes says, it's crazy how y'all glaze CC for getting a triple-double after Boston and Howard delivered. It's easy to hit stats with no pressure. These are facts, Miss Goody Two Shoes. But Caitlin did do it, But what you're saying is absolute facts. But listen, don't worry about it, Miss Goody Two Shoes. There will be games where we get to just go crazy on these dudes. Trust me, it's coming very soon. Don't even worry about it. Just what Stephen A. Smith say about the Dallas Cowboys. Just be patient. Just wait. Just wait. The fever will show us who they are very soon. That's why I'm not even tripping. I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and do y'all thing. Look at this here. Angel Reese stinks. All this dumb stuff. You know what I mean? You saw the 17 boards, but she stink. Come on, bro. You know what I mean? If you're going to talk. Like, when y'all say Angel Reese stinks, you know what that sounds like to me? That's like, when Dallas Cowboy fans say Jalen Hurts stinks. that's what it is to me. Angel Reese stinks. She sucks. And I'm going to treat that just like when a Dallas Cowboy fan say Jalen Hurts stinks. You know what I mean? Jalen Hurts up there with jewelry and all that. Talking about he stink. Funny, man. But tonight you get to talk your ish. He acted like it was her fault. Yep, the Fever is still 8th in the league. It takes time for a team to gel. They scored 93 points and held Chicago to under 60. That says a lot about Chicago. Yeah, Chicago was bad tonight, man. They couldn't hit the side of a barn. They couldn't hit nothing, man. And that also affects your players on the inside. That's just how it works. I knew that's how you would react. You my guy. Points isn't the only consideration on MVP. That's why rebounds and steals matter too. Woody Mac. Yeah, okay, Woody. Yeah. Right now, right. CC is going to be in the running for MVP. There's no doubt about it. But there's a lot of season left, my brother. You know what I mean? Consistency is very important. But I'm going to do Stephen A. Smith with the Cowboys. Just wait. Just be patient. The Fever will show us who they are very soon. Don't even worry about it. Daisy says, Felicia Downs, you're right. Camilla doesn't get any calls, but she still needs to be physical. In my opinion, she doesn't understand the game for as long as she's been playing. Yeah, ain't nothing. I can't defend Camilla tonight. I really can't. I would have HVL play and just see what happens. Me too. Miss Goody Two Shoes, AJ Wilson was top 5 in steals per game last game, second in rebounds per game. Well, AJ Wilson is a monster. She's Godzilla of the league. Rolling 7681, love the start of the season. Best player for Sky was Angel. Being a Mystics fan, gotta feed Atkins more. She can ball. She carried the Mystics most of the season last season. I agree with you, Roland. Atkins should be shooting way more than 6 shots. 6 shots, we need more than that. Fee and AJ doing what they do. 2 most dominant players in the league. Facts. Juicy 9100. Jabari Mitchell. Sky got Liberty. Next is going to be ugly. I mean, yeah. Yeah. But I will say this, and I know this sounds absolutely insane, but sometimes, the games are sports are about matchups. That's all I'm going to say. Sometimes you match up well against teams that you don't. Like, for example, New York matches up very well against the Aces. Main reason is that damn Jonquel Jones is a monster. 6'6" monster that the Aces don't really have anyone to match up with, except for when they put AJ Wilson against her. When that happens, then now you got Stewie against who? You know what I mean? So you got to put AJ either on Stewie or the other one, or there's going to be a problem. Now, it's a big problem. Whoever they got there at center, I forget her name right now, with the Aces, just ain't doing it. That Aces got those guards for days. Lloyd, Young, and Gray. But so do New York. New York got mad guards. But the problem is that damn Jonquel Jones. I think Camilla might be a better matchup for Jonquel Jones, right? And then you got Angel with Stewie, and she traditionally does a decent job against Stewie. So we'll see, but it still is going to come down to marshing them damn rotations, man. If we gonna go in there with all that Bantam, all that bullshit, we ain't gonna win. It's gonna look bad again. You go on and Rebecca Allen all the minutes, even though I'm not gonna say I don't like Rebecca Allen yet, but she got a ball, man. When she come in, she got a ball. She gotta be instant offense. If he's gonna be afraid to play HVL, I can't call it. You feel me? It's like it's still gonna be about what Marsh does, man. But I can see a scenario where Chicago plays better against New York than they played tonight. And even though New York is way better than the Fever. But sometimes that don't matter. Sometimes it's matchups. But we'll see, man. And sometimes you can catch a team like the Fever not on their best day. Sometimes, a team like New York. Sometimes New York might not be feeling it. Sometimes you can catch them like that. Different things happen, man. Stranger things happen in basketball, especially when you got a long season. Only 4 WNBA teams have a chance to make the finals. That's about right. Sky got a tough schedule to start. Yep. Miller looked marshmallow soft today. I don't know what was going on. I guess. I think she was actually like, I remember in the beginning of the game, what happened was Caitlin Clark came for that weak-ass layup. Remember that was Caitlin Clark's first shot, that weak-ass layup. Camilla didn't even foul her, and they called the foul. I think those types of things get into her head, right, on defense, that damn, they're going to call a bullshit game today. You know, they're going to just give Caitlyn all these fucking fouls like she's Jordan, you know, all that dumb shit. And I think that kind of affected the way of Camilla's aggressiveness. You know, those things happen. Like, sometimes officials will set the tone early in the game to make players, like, less aggressive, you know, stuff like that. Having a triple-double is historic. Yes, sir. Triple-double C, Caitlyn. And I don't know how many times I've said in my videos that I expect Caitlyn Clark to get triple-doubles and stuff like that because of the way they play in her game style. She is the female James Harden. She's going to be a numbers guru. She's going to be a numbers whatever. Don't mean she's going to win shit, but she's going to be a numbers getter because of the way she plays. You know, don't surprise me. Another mention about a monkey. Yeah, I'm not a Fever fan called Angel Monkey on TV. Yeah, because they're a bunch of racist punks. That's what they are. You know, we know that. Yeah. Just don't do it in front of me. That's all. Let me see. Wody Mac on all platforms. Stokes, Kitley, and Gustavo on the. I've said this for the Aces. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Wody. You're much better with names than I am. I'm great with faces and games, horrible with names. Just wait, Sky going to do better next game. Hope so, Trey. I'm gonna keep it real. We got too many mid white girls in the team. Why they gotta be white, man? I just say they just mid. You know. Got too many mid players. Because last year I think we had some mid black players. You know what I mean? Just say anything, quit hating, dude. CC filed too much. I think I got through all your comments, man. So I'm going to go ahead on, man. But I'm glad. Listen, man, I appreciate everybody who coming through, man. Please hit the like button. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe. Even if you are a hating-ass Fever fan, it's okay. I will provide y'all some content. I don't like your team, but I will be fair with them. They balled out today. Hey, man. Hey, they won fair and square. You can come in here and talk all your ish. I will not stop you. As long as, you know what I mean, we ain't crossing the line and all that old dumb stuff. It's all good, man. You say I'm a hating ass Liberty 44 and 0. Listen, man, I ain't got no issue with the Liberty, man. Liberty doing their thing. Except for the fact that they are a New York team, and I don't have it in me to ever root for a New York team. That'll never happen. You know what I mean? That'll never happen. You see what I'm saying? But Liberty did look good. They did look good. And when they took out the Aces, I'm glad I ain't bet on that. You know what I'm saying? Liberty look like they're in mid-season form, man. You think Michaela reached her ceiling? Yeah, and I think that ceiling is the float. You know what I mean? Michaela, boy. Michaela, I think, needs a sports psychologist, bro. I don't think it's a lack of talent. I think it's a lack of confidence. And I don't know. But it's a bad look on Tyler Marsh for me because Tyler Marsh is supposed to be a player development guy. And I don't see any development in players like Michaela. I think, you know, if I'd have seen development in her from him, he would be my guy. But I don't see it, you know, and that's concerning. Hey, don't tie me out that hat ugly. You crazy. This hat beautiful, boy. It's the most beautiful hat you ever seen, boy. You talking about. And all your Knicks is wearing these hats. You know what I mean? Brunson is wearing this hat. Cat is wearing this hat, right? Yeah. Would you ever disrespect this hat, boy? You know what I'm saying? I'm a hating ass Eagles fan, but I love your content and you are fair and balanced with comments. What you mean you're a hating Eagles fan? You mean you hate the Eagles? You're a fan. You hate the Eagles? Or you saying you're an Eagles fan as a hater? What are you saying, Roland? They better get Giants or Yankees fitted or they getting traded. Yeah, all right. They ain't going nowhere. Y'all ain't going to touch Brunson. Yeah, I mean, if you do trade him, bring him home. Bring him home. Bring damn, why am I forgetting my boys' names, man? Cat, Bridges. You know what I'm saying? They all from around here. I used to watch them boys in Villanova. I used to be courtside up there seeing them boys, cuz, you know what I mean? I watched young Brunson when he was a young boy. I used to go to them practices. You know what I'm saying? With his dad, Rick Brunson. Come on, man. You don't know. You don't know, man. I used to catch them boys at the rough games that go on here every year. They used to be out there. Be out there with Scotty Reynolds. We'd be out there with Hakeem Ward. We'd be out there with all the boys. The Morris twins be playing out there. Yeah, right out community college. I used to see them boys out there, man. You know what I mean? Proud of Brunson. Proud of we call them the Nova Knicks. You know what I mean? Proud of them boys, man. But it's a shame, you know, the Sixers weren't smart enough to take none of them. You know, we took Bridges and then we traded him. DiVincenzo grew up right around here. All them boys, man. You know? Yeah, I know about Brunson and Cat. Yeah. The Eagles fans. Brunson, though, really, his dad is from Philly. It's Rick Brunson, went to Temple. Brunson, though, he might have been his dad, probably moved to Jersey, but they Philly. They Philly kids, man. Now, Cat is from Middle Jersey, though. That he from an area where they can either follow, you know, New York teams or Philly teams. But I guess his family, they follow the Philly teams. HVL, I don't know if she's ready to be with the starters, but she needs some more minutes, man. HVL should be running about 20 minutes. You know, and I put her with the starters at times, like when I bring her in, yeah, because she should be instant offense for you. And I understand what he's doing, man. But it was good talking to y'all, man. Appreciate everybody coming through, all of the participation, man. It's good. It's gonna be a fun season, you know. Did Jeremiah Trotter Jr. see the field last season? A little bit here and there, sparingly. I don't know if he's gonna see much this year either, man. You got this boy Jahad Campbell coming through. Yeah, I don't know, man. Not Jahad Campbell. Yeah, Jahad Campbell coming through. I don't know. But yeah, let me go ahead, man. Now we got possums and shit coming out now. It's starting to get dark around here. When the possums start coming out and the raccoons around this joint, I got the rule, man. So I'm gonna get with y'all later. So that's it. Peace out.